Hello everyone and welcome back to Parts Talk. Today I'm reacting to two videos from the ongoing concerns of dealing with garages or dealerships. As you know, it's a love and hate relationship with our cars and the people who are entrusted to keep our wheels moving. But there has to be a halfway mark for us to be meeting at some point. But before we begin, please hit that like button for more content and subscribe if you find my topics informative so you will be notified when I drop a new episode. It will only take you 1.5 seconds. A friendly reminder that I may be the only program that takes you beyond the sales department, consistently of course. Others focus specifically on cars, their performances, look, style, features, and DIY videos from mechanics. So, as you know, TikTok is the new content library. This one is entitled "Be Careful When You Let Dealerships Appraise Your Car." Well, I am assuming that's what this word is saying right here. For my podcast listeners, you will find this video on my YouTube channel. So, here we go.
Hey, I got a question, serious question. Hey, anybody ever took their car to a dealership to get an appraisal because you wanted to trade it in? Then you get the car back and it's got no oil and no antifreeze? Because I think that's what just happened to me. Now, I'm not going to say the dealership's name because I can't exactly prove it, but there's no way. I'm driving this car all the time. If I had no oil and no antifreeze at that length of time, I would have blown the motor up a long time ago. All of a sudden, after these guys get it in their garage to do an appraisal on it to find out how much they can give me for it, I get it back a couple of days later. My car starts heating up. I check the system. I got no oil. I mean none. And no antifreeze in the car. How? It can't leak out because there would be oil all over my driveway. The antifreeze would be leaking somewhere else as soon as I put more in it. It's a closed loop system. There's no way. Anybody else ever had that happen to them? Let me know.
So, firstly, let me reassure you that most of the cars that are trades are sent to auction to recoup some of that trade value from the dealerships. That's if they're going to take your car from you. It's the dealership's best interest to have that car in good running condition so it can recoup most of the money at the auction. And here's my thought on this one. I'm not going to make fun of him anyway, but I'm just being, straight down the line right here. This car basically was not being maintained properly because he should know that there's no oil in the car. It's called a dipstick, so you can check it, right? So this dude basically brought his car in a few days before all these issues start showing up. Most times, an experienced mechanic will be able to tell when these issues are going to happen to the car. But as you know, social media is here to call everyone out. Basically, that's basically what it is. So to my listeners, please feel free again. This video will be on my YouTube channel. So moving right along, let's check the next one here. And this one is entitled "Customer was quoted over $2,000 to repair this." Let's continue.
What's up, guys? It's Carlos. I own a used car dealership that focuses on buy here, pay here, and I also have a shop. Let me tell y'all about this repo and why I hate other shops. This is a 2011 Nissan.
You hate other shops. It's a very strong comment to make for someone who is a part player in this industry.
Rogue with 220,000 miles. This customer drove this a lot. And he was pretty close to paying off. However, one day he texted us after he got behind on payments. Pretty far behind, we were still working with him. But he told us he was gonna have to drop it off because he couldn't afford to repair it. We asked him what was wrong with it. He said he took it to a shop. It's gonna need a transmission. It makes some noise when you go to take off and when you stop. So let me show y'all what is actually wrong with it. It was not a transmission. So the shop quoted him tie rod ends, motor mounts, and a transmission. Got a little leak right there, but let me tell y'all what the noise is on this. This right here is the subframe on the front. Customer had this for over a year. He was quoted over $2,000 to fix this, when in reality, it can all be done for under 500 bucks. Subframe bushings, tie rod ends, and ball joints. Sadly, customer took it to a shop. He lived too far from us, so we wasn't able to take a look at it for him. He lived about an hour and 20 minutes from our location, so he took it to one of his local shops, and that's what they told him.
And that's what competition is all about, and options and choices, because if you live anywhere, even remotely, there is going to be a shop or numerous shops on the highways of the beaten path from where someone resides, and that is why mechanics are very important to our industry.
So I'm gonna definitely let him know what the actual issue was, so he does not go back to that shop anymore. And the sad thing is, I run into a lot of these issues pretty often. Customers come in and they tell them that it's something major when it's something simple. But, you know, there is a few honest shops around.
So you're encouraging customers not to go back to specific shops. Instead of, collaborating with those shops, letting them know exactly what the problems were so we can fix the problem in the industry based on how the customers are complaining. So you decided to exacerbate the problem or gaslight the customer for another shop.
If y'all like videos like this, let me know. If y'all have any car questions, finance questions, automotive.
Anyway, what I can say here is that the customer was probably quoted on a subframe replacement, which is the correct way to repair a subframe as according to the manufacturer. They are going to tell you that to pull everything down to fit the bushings and everything. He can do it for $500. The other shop quoted $2,000, including not wanting to pull down the transmission because there is a leak, and once there's a leak inside the transmission, any transmission automotive technician will tell you they have to go in and they have to change the seals and the gaskets and everything, and it takes time. So again, this mechanic is not telling the full story. That's just my opinion. And so the lesson here is that no one is afraid to put their frustration on blast while putting down others. The industry is already in a bad state with customers programmed to think that all mechanics and dealerships and garages are here to rip them off. And it is as simple as that. So let's be ambassadors and clean up this industry. Let us use our powers. Let us use the social media that we're doing to tear others down, to build others up. We can call people out, but we can also encourage our fellow industry players to do better, give their best. The work pays all the bills and put food on our tables. So treat it with respect, and if you don't like it, just get out of it. That's all I'm saying. But what do you think? Please leave your comments below. Remember to smash that like button for more views and subscribe so you'll be notified when a new feature video is up. Until next time.